Now, let me explain that. So if when you have a very stressful event or trauma, we drop out of the prefrontal cortex and into the limbic system, right? Again, remember, we can't think. We drop into limbic, and it creates a flood of response in our bodies, chemistry, hormones, you name it. That experience doesn't get encoded as an explicit memory. And in fact, there's no time attached to it because only your cortex tells time. Your limbic system has no temporal context. So you have an experience, you drop into your amygdala, into your limbic system, things get really smoky. That gets stored implicitly in your body as an experience. You have no sense of something that happened in the past, and it's why triggers can be so powerful. Because when something comes that charges up the nervous system, can be entirely unrelated. The nervous system gets activated, and it's like, thump, it's happening to me right now. The limbic system can't tell time. I'm back in whatever that original trauma was. For me, it was 18 months old being tied to a hospital bed. Who the fuck had that idea? For a week. You want to talk about developmental trauma? I spent my whole life recovering from that. Just push through. Suck it up, buttercup. You know what? That's not how physiology works, and it's definitely not how our nervous system works. On the other side of triggers that bring you into these hard places, we have glimmers. Glimmers are like the opposite because we can elevate the nervous system. This is where chiropractors come in. One of the things, we can actually train the body to come and move in the opposite direction to take you out of that fight or flight, and I'll go through that with you today. This is a great quote from Porges. Trauma compromises our ability to engage with others by replacing patterns of connection with patterns of protection. What your autonomic nervous system does when it senses threat is it actually moves through these different neural platforms. Because what's the brain's job? To keep you safe. And when you feel unsafe, you have a feeling of fear, right? What happens if we don't feel safe? We feel afraid. Now, when COVID happened, what did they tell us to do? Isolate, stay away from other people, don't connect. Shut off your ability, literally, to socially connect with other humans by taking away your ability to make social contact. It essentially removed our ability to be in our highest neural platform. I don't have time to really get into all the details of that today, but just know that what happens when your body senses threat is it shifts through these platforms and it goes down, down, down until you get to a place potentially where it's a life-threatening situation, you go into freeze mode. And I'll explain that.